All right, so that throw was 65 feet, so that's pretty good. 65 feet, not bad, not bad. So now we're gonna set up the double throw. All right, so we got set up the double throw. Basically, you'd have 3 people, 1 person throwing, and then 2 people on either side. I have to get the hell out of here. Yeah, 20, 25, 30, 35 is your limit. 25 to 35, that's that little, so that's a small little lasso. Alright, so this system definitely has its limitations, but essentially you could have 2 people throwing maybe this combo. But I just tried it as an experiment during a like a Swiftwater rescue class, and it really didn't work. We had like too much lasso between the 2 ropes, and you know, I guess what you'd want is actually, you know, you'd have your flip line. You would take your flip line, connect it there and there. And you know, if this is trying to keep someone from drowning from foot entrapment, I mean, you're just like as fast as possible, fast, effective. You know what I mean? Throw them a rope, get them a rope, grab that rope. You know what I mean? Tug them upstream. You know what I mean? If you can. You know what I mean? That's the first thing. And even just even just you know, you're trying to do, like, check this out. Like, let's say you got Swiftwater rescue skills and they're too far out there. You know what I mean? To like, oh, throw a rope from shore. But you got enough Swiftwater rescue skills to actually like get into a little area of the river, maybe like swim out here to a rock, and then, you know, then you have like a 20-foot throw just downstream. All I mean, the best thing for you know, foot entrapment or any kind of like, you know, pin, you know what I mean, in this kind of like environment that we're trying to teach people, you know, with class 3 rescue, you know, boating skills that might get like, you know, foot entrapped. I mean, foot entrapped, that just sucks at the end of the day. But if you know, oh, what was I saying there? We'll actually use your Swiftwater rescue skills, get out like on an eddy or a rock, and then use that to throw downstream, just one line. I mean, so at the end of the day, if anyone's stuck like you know, foot entrapment, yeah, that blows. They might die, but hopefully they got a little air pocket and they got breathe. Because if they're breathing, yeah, you got a minute or 2. If their head's down, well, you got about 3 seconds, and then, you know, rescue squint, CPR, you know, fish them out, try to like pump them up, you know what I mean, pump out the air and pump up their chest. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's real good teaching the Swiftwater rescue, like, throw them something, you know, throw them a line, you know, especially if they're still breathing, because, you know, their head's down, but like they have tons of water going up over their head, and their helmet's creating an air pocket, because it does, like, we're in white water, so your head becomes the rock, and hey, shoot, you can catch some breath. Like, there's a lot of kayakers, this happens all the time, their kayaks get pinned vertically, and then we're like, and then they just turn into a waterfall, and then water goes over their head, but they're still breathing, you know what I mean? And same thing, you know what I mean? Throw them a line, you know, have them something to hang on to, you know, push back, because they're gonna have to like climb out of their kayak. Same principle though here, you know, with foot entrapment. And it's just one where you're like, well, we want to teach something in Swiftwater Rescue School, so let's teach something that hardly ever happens, like just foot entrapment, but it can be useful for other things, especially like people getting stuck in strainers and logs. All that garbage, you know what I mean? Still, you know, something thrown to them from the upstream so they can, like, you know, put tension on them and make sure they're not going to get sucked farther in stuff. But so that's a good scenario. Like, I'd always be looking at, if I got Swiftwater rescue skills, well, yeah, we know that we can like swim out to like an eddy. And if all you're looking at is just like 10 pounds of force to try to, like, you know, have them grip something, and, you know, to try to get them stabilized, well, you might be able to get 20 feet out, or, you know, 50 feet out to like a small little shallow, throw a rope from there, hold that tension maybe, you know what I mean? So all those, I mean, again, there's some great videos on like, hey, like, quick, effective. If you know you can do something and you want to do it, go do it, you know what I mean? Quick and effective, but it's got to be effective. It's not like, hey, this might work, you know, and so, you know, we might do this or might do that, but it's like, do you know how to do something? Go do it. It ain't the time to be like experimenting with this crap. I mean, this didn't work, and got, you know, But anyway, you could have a flip line between these. So I just have a, just for today, I don't want to bust up a carabiner, but who cares? I mean, if someone's going to drown, throw a carabiner, hit them in the head with it, you know what I mean? Wake them up. So yeah, in these situations where like, oh my God, someone's going to drown in the next 3 seconds, but oh no, it's going to be 30 seconds. Okay, we got some time. Oh, get some stability. Okay, we got another minute. We got another minute. But even there's tons of, see, you got to look at kayaker stories because they get pinned all the time. And yeah, it's like, oh, you know, they got a little air pocket. Hey, we got a minute. You know, we got a minute and a half. But then there's some tragic stories of like, shoot, man, like 4 or 5 minutes, and then we can't get them out. You know, stuck. And then the water just is too much. It's too much. So just quick, effective, and if you can do it. So you know, and so just it's winter time. This is a perfect time to just experiment with stuff. And we've already experimented twice, but this is the setup. You know, quick carabiner, and then but with these bags, this is pretty cool. You can even use this to transport them. You can like just hook the clips together. But this definitely helped to throw the bags just as one. But it's heavy as hell. You know what I mean? If I was doing this, you know, if I was doing this as a system, I would take lighter bags, lighter rope, and see if I could get farther. But you know what I mean? 25 feet. For this, that's all we're expecting, and so it is limited, but you just have 2 people over here, so you know, so this V worked out pretty good. It's about 15-20 feet, but I don't even think you need that much. I think you just have 2 people like holding like 5 feet this way, 5 feet that way. But if you got 3 people, so for the setup for today, I just threw a little bow line right there, a little V bow line right there, and we tried it twice, and you know, I guess I go to the right. I guess I throw and I just whoop, go to the right. But it was interesting. It made a little lasso. You know what I mean? I knew it wasn't going to be that effective or that exciting. And it is interesting how far I could just throw. So we got that on camera. And, you know, I guess I'll put it here at the end of the video. But, yeah, that's the setup. And, you know what I mean? Hopefully I'll do some more of these because I just really enjoy making videos now. And, you know, even you know, entertainment purposes only. You know, all this stuff. Especially this is just, it's just an option. You know, don't go be like, oh, I'm gonna save everyone's day just by trying this. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna build a fence and then hook up a couple bowlines. You know, about half hour later, you know, I'm just gonna, oh, they're out there. I'm gonna try to lasso them. You know, oh, that didn't work. I'm gonna have to, like, you know what I mean? It's like kind of a one shot pony. But it's just interesting. It's interesting because it gets your mind going. You're like, shoot, we got someone heads down, foot and trapped. You know what I mean? Right there. Like, shoot. Well, I mean, it seems like it's shallow enough that you might have swiftwater rescue anytime. Like, that's the cool thing about swiftwater rescue is like, dude, can I get somewhere? You know what I mean? If they're stuck, it means it's probably pretty freaking shallow. Not that I want to get stuck too, but maybe there's rocks and boulders where I can actually like swim and get behind an eddy and climb on the rocks. And you know, I love that stuff, even though it's kind of dangerous. But we do teach it in Swiftwater Rescue School, and it's just great. It's great to have in your pocket. You know, if from Swiftwater Rescue School, if all you take is just like float downstream with your feet up and then make sure you can breathe through the troughs, that's amazing. I mean, that'll save the day. Just the fact that you have that experience is just so good. But it's just so good to, I gotta pause. We'll just come down here. Don't want to be filming anyone. And then, okay, we'll come back up here. But at the end of the day, I just love the Swiftwater Rescue. It's like, hell yeah, because it turns your body into a boat. You know what I mean? If you had a kayak, you'd be like, yeah, I could eddy behind that rock. Well, guess what? You can swim behind that rock too. Your body ain't nothing but a kayak. You know what I mean? So if you take that next level from Swiftwater Rescue, and you know, you have like a teacher that's just like, yeah, what do you want? You know what I mean? Do you want to swim out? Do you want to be able to swim out to something safely? You know, we've done this before. This is the rock that we swim out to. Are you guys good to do it? We can all get on this rock, actually. We can get on the upstream side. You know, we even do that. We have a couple instructors on the upstream side of a fairly safe rock. You know what I mean? Everything's risky, but you know what I mean? We make sure they don't get sucked up against the upstream side and under. You know, it's all dangerous, but we try to build skills in a safe way. And yeah. So anyway, at the end of the day, but I truly believe it's just like what can I do? You take a first aid class and you're like, what can I do? We'll call 911, and guess what? Chest compressions. So if someone's face down, you know, or just foot trapped, you know, that first line of defense, shoot a line out to them. You know, hopefully that's an upstream angle. So once they get it, you know, at least you got like even a 30-degree angle. Who gives a crap? I mean, they're literally. I mean, use vectors here. You know, if you're throwing upstream to them, well, that ain't gonna help them. But yeah, hopefully even across. You know, anything just to give them, you know, just to get that like, hey, I got a line. And yeah, hopefully they can put some tension on it. And like, you know, even if it's total sideways tension, you never know. That might be the tension to actually, for them to like get an air pocket, you know, get an airway, do that, all that kind of jazz. So anyway, I think we're going to end it there, but that's a video.